Hey, good morning, it's Motorcycle Mumbling. Been a while since I made a video. Been so busy with so much other stuff, including having a second child, which is not conducive to getting out on a motorbike. Anyway, it's Wednesday morning, it's my morning commute to the office. Looks like it might be a nice day, a few clouds around. We'll see what's going on. Not a lot new from my perspective. Just seems to be work, home, look after kids, minimal sleep, work, home, look after kids, minimal sleep, repeat, and that's it. So I'm thinking it might be time to change this bike. Some of you may know my other bike is a 2012 Suzuki Hayabusa, which is a great toy, and I'm keeping that. That's not going anywhere just yet. But this R1200 GS old girl is, well, she's 7 years old now. I owned her since new. She's been a fantastic bike. I love it. But I'm just wondering whether it's time to chop and change. There's a couple of new interesting toys out there that I have my eye on, and that includes one of my favourites that I'm looking at the moment. Actually, is the new for 2015 Ducati Multistrada. Now that looks like a toy and a half. The new 2015 GS as well. Hard to go past that, to be honest. I'm going to have a look. What else is there out there? The KTM Adventure, and I think there's this new KTM Super Adventure, which is a bit more road focused than the Adventures. Another interesting or exciting looking bike. Loads of them have, well, they all have so much more power these days than this girl here. It seems that the advancements in power and electronics has really come along in the last 5 years. So it might be time to chop and change. Let me know what you think. And hurrah, what progress the state of New South Wales has made by legalising lane splitting. Isn't this so much better? Huh, progress. You've got to be pretty careful though, because I think a lot of cars aren't used to bikes lane splitting, so you just got to watch it. But I think as time goes on, people will become more used to it and expect it. Still a bit tight with this beastie getting through some gaps. Like this one, for instance. Doing a makeup. Lovely. I always find that's good when people are concentrating driving by doing their makeup. So yeah, I think it's time to change. It's not going to be for a while yet. It's going to be later this year, because most of those bikes I don't think you can get here in Australia just yet. It's still only February. I think the Ducati Multistrada is not available until April, which means fuck, look at that, major delays, Harbour Bridge, avoid area. Let's see what we're going to come across then. Anyway, yes, the Multistrada 1200S for 2015, I don't think it's going to be here till April, which means I probably won't get my hands on one to test drive and play around with until about May or June. So, I don't know when the new 2015 1200 GSs come, and I don't know when the KTMs come, but I'm figuring they all come around April by the time they get over to Oz, and they're all exciting rides. But in my mind at the moment, the Multistrada's number 1, the GS number 2, the KTM number 3. Not having ridden any of them other than a 07 GS, or an 08 GS, sorry, this is an 08 GS, which is really not the same bike, completely different. It's hard to say, to determine, without riding them, so. But on paper, I really like the idea of the Multistrada. Is it that good though? Can it really replace the GS? I suspect it's a better road bike. So yeah, so the other news, I now have a second baby, so that's one that's 2 years old and one that's 4 months old, and I don't recommend it. It's hard work. Oh, the kids are great, of course, but you never get a moment to yourself. So I haven't done many commuting videos, because typically they're pretty boring. They're just at standstill. There's not a lot really to see in terms of riding, but looks like today will be now different. But anyway, serious accident, Harbour Bridge, lengthy delays, avoid area. Well, since I work right next to the Harbour Bridge, it's going to be hard to avoid it, so we'll see. Anyway, maybe the roads leading to the bridge will be stuffed, but the city roads around will be okay. Fingers crossed. Unlikely. Oh no, this road's a fucking nightmare. It never normally backs up like this at this time of the morning. And this is narrow. It's so hard to lane split through here. Thanks, Mr. Bus Driver, though. You pulled right over. That's a big help. Sure. Getting narrow. It only gets narrower, more narrow further up here, or narrower. Losing the ability to speak now. It's not really what I want when I've got client meetings first thing in the morning. Rushed, hot, sweaty. Nice. Squeeze down here. We're getting through, but here it becomes narrow, and I'm going to struggle to squeeze through here now. Unless drivers like that are aware and pull over. Thank you. Stuck here now, choked, and behind a fucking stinky rubbish bin. Oh, Mazda. Drop and change. No one's ever happy with the lane they're in. So we got through all that traffic and we're now on Oxford Street. And it's the Mardi Gras. Not next weekend, the following weekend I think. And there's a sign, look, celebrating lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and intersex pride. Okay. What is intersex? Lesbian? Girl on girl? Gay? Boy on boy? Or I guess some girls can be gay as well, girl on girl. Bisexual? Anything goes. Transgender? Not sure whether you're a man or a girl. Queer? Just homosexual? That's fine. Intersex? What's intersex? Is that normal? Is that like... Can I say normal these days? Is that PR? Is that like... Male and female, is that intersex? Don't know. Don't know who to ask either to find out. So traffic here is better than normal. Maybe people are avoiding the area because of the bridge. Here we are now on College Street, Hyde Park on the left, and that's Sydney Boys Grammar, one of the elite grammar schools of Australia, actually, not just Sydney, but costs a fortune to send your son or daughter. Oh, well, I think it's all boys only, so it costs a fortune to send your son. All this traffic turning right is stuffed because of the bridge. Normally the right lane is the one that moves, and this one is the one that doesn't. Right, well that's me virtually at my office. Tell me what you think on those bike choices, or whether there's another bike I haven't thought about that I should be looking at. Be interesting to know your thoughts. Ciao for now, that's Motorcycle Mumblings signing out. Thanks for listening to my mumblings on this Wednesday morning. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye. Traction control light going for it there.